it's very humorous to me to see Kamala Harris and the role that she has assumed literally overnight as the Democrat nominee. The virtual roll call will start tomorrow. The Democrats announced yesterday she's the only candidate. She will be the Democrat nominee. People are excited. Democrats are excited about her candidacy, but they're not sure why. Attendees at a rally, this was the American Federation of Teachers Convention last week. They were there to see the vice president speak. They struggled in interviews to pinpoint any specific policy accomplishments of Kamala Harris. Now, the reason they do struggle is because there aren't any policy accomplishments. But these people just didn't know. Fox News talked with a number of the attendees. Bernard, who described himself as an independent voter from New York, said, "I really don't know much of what she did." But Bernard was there to support her. Eric, a Harris supporter from Massachusetts, said, "I'm not sure I know enough about her accomplishments to answer that question." Well, it's a simple question. You're here to show your support of Vice President Kamala Harris. Tell us why. Talk about some of her achievements. They all struggled. Let's roll a few examples, guys, of supporters of Kamala Harris who could not come up with the answer to a simple question.
Student loans forgiveness, and still defending and supporting the American Health Care Act, Affordable Health Care Act.
I don't know. She was Vice President of the United States, and she was Attorney General in California, and she was the senator from California. I really don't know much of what she did.
Because she didn't do anything.
I'm not sure I know enough about her accomplishments to answer that question.
Kamala has been at the forefront of human rights, civil rights, and LGBTQ rights since she was a prosecutor in California.
I think that the Harris-Biden administration has delivered for working people in so many ways. Infrastructure for the American people, getting us through the challenges of the COVID pandemic, funding for education has been very important.
I think that her biggest accomplishment is how she fights for education and fights for, it's not just teachers, it's everybody who is in the education system.
First of all,
yeah, okay,
right now,
we get the idea there, guys. Let's
SVP.
stop that there. April from Illinois said that Harris was an inspiration to many because she's the first woman vice president. Again, most of the people could not give you a policy that Vice President Kamala Harris had been successful in accomplishing anything, particularly the border, particularly inflation. You know, the guy who was saying, well, she's been a champion for workers. And the Biden administration, the Biden-Harris administration, they love to talk about the jobs that have been created during the Biden-Harris administration. Well, you got to remember that when Joe Biden assumed office, we were in the middle of the COVID pandemic when businesses had literally been closed down. People had lost their jobs. If you couldn't build jobs out of that scenario, you couldn't do anything. But they love to tell you about, and Joe Biden, he repeats it over and over, the millions of jobs that were created. Wow. 800-655-6453. Back to the phones. LJ is in Tampa Bay. Welcome, LJ.
I tell you, you're doing a great job filling in for Michael.
Thank you, sir.
Tell you, yes, sir. I mean, you're spot on. I wanted to say yesterday, 10,000 plus people in Atlanta at Kamala Harris's appearance. what I was told is they had a Latin female singer that got word out to social media, was doing
Yep.
a free concert.
Yep.
And of course, they know what they're doing. And I mean, and how the mainstream media can just blow something up so big in her favor. But there again, she came out, what I was told was one song. And then all of a sudden, Harris came out. So
Yeah.
that's how they're pulling in people with many other areas. But I really
Yeah.
appreciate your insight, what you do, and thank you for being a patriot.
Hey, appreciate your phone call. Thanks for listening to the Mike Gallagher Show, LJ in Tampa. Yeah, look, when you have a popular rapper at your rally, I got a feeling you're going to do pretty well. I could probably draw a crowd with a popular rapper like that. So, look, that's what Kamala Harris is going to need to fill these arenas up. I'm Joey Hudson, in for Mike Gallagher. Glad to have you with me.